8 islands, 8 minutes, let's go! Island 1, Procida, Italy. Procida sits in the Bay of Naples, 3 miles from the mainland. While Capri pulls in millions of tourists, Procida has a year-round population of just 10,500. It was named Italian Capital of Culture in 2022, and you can walk across it in under an hour. The fishing village of Coricella is the photo you have seen and never been able to place. Pastel houses stacked above the harbor, painted bright on purpose so fishermen could spot their own homes from the water. Scenes from the talented Mr. Ripley were filmed here. The hydrofoil from Naples takes about 40 minutes. Catch the early morning ferry, and you will be eating lemon cream pastry before the day trippers arrive. If your trip starts in Naples, this one is non-negotiable. Island 2, Saint-Pierre and Miquelon, France. 12 miles off the southern coast of Newfoundland sits a piece of France. Not a former colony, actual France. Euros, baguettes, French license plates, French time zone. The last fragment of New France left in North America after the British took everything else in 1763. About 6,000 people live here. The main island is just 25 square kilometers. During US Prohibition in the 1920s, the islands ran rum to the American mainland. Today, the harbor is lined with painted houses and a museum about the dory boats the islands were built on. The fastest way in is a 90-minute ferry from Fortune, Newfoundland. Air Saint-Pierre flies year-round from Halifax, St. John's, and Montreal. Bring your passport. Afternoon, the entire island closes for lunch. They are not joking. Island 3, Isles of Scilly, England. 28 miles off the southwestern tip of Cornwall sit 140 islands almost nobody outside Britain has heard of. 5 are inhabited. The water is turquoise. The climate is subtropical. Condé Nast Traveler readers ranked the Scilly's 3rd best island in the world for 2026. You can be on St. Mary's, the main island, in 15 minutes flying from Land's End Airport. The Selonian 3 ferry from Penzance takes about 2 hours and 45 minutes. Dolphins and basking sharks regularly join the crossing. The islands have almost no cars. You walk, cycle, or hop a tripper boat to Tresco for the Abbey Gardens, where flowers from every continent grow side by side because the Gulf Stream warms the islands all year. Island 4, Cumberland Island, Georgia. John F. Kennedy Jr. got married here in 1996 in a tiny one-room church with no electricity. Most people still have not heard of the place. Cumberland Island is the largest barrier island in Georgia, 18 miles long, and the only way to get there is by boat. The Park Service caps visitors at 300 people per day. There are no shops, no restaurants, no roads in the standard sense. What there is more than 50 miles of trails, 18 miles of undeveloped beach, the haunting brick ruins of the Carnegie family's Dungeness mansion, and roughly 130 to 150 wild horses, descended from livestock the Spanish brought 500 years ago. The ferry from St. Mary's takes 45 minutes. Take the first ferry out, the last ferry back. There is nowhere to buy a bottle of water once you land. Best time to go is fall through spring. Island 5, Channel Islands, California. Sometimes called the Galapagos of North America, Channel Islands National Park is the least visited national park in the lower 48. 5 islands, more than 2,000 species, and an island fox you cannot find anywhere else on Earth. From Ventura Harbor, the Island Packers ferry runs to Santa Cruz Island in about 90 minutes. On the boat ride out, you will likely see dolphins. In spring, gray whales. In summer, blue whales, the largest animal that has ever lived on Earth. The Painted Cave on Santa Cruz is the world's 4th largest sea cave by length, longer than 4 football fields. And island packers can take a small boat right inside it. Pack your own lunch. There is nothing for sale on any of these islands. Over halfway there. Island 6, Folegandros, Greece. If Santorini and Mykonos feel crowded, Folegandros is what they were 30 years ago. Strict building codes prevent high-rise development. The Hora is a cliff-top village 200 meters above the sea, and the whole town was built behind a Venetian fortress wall, hidden by design so pirates sailing past would not see it. Santorini to Folegandros by high-speed ferry is 50 minutes. 2 nights minimum, paired with Santorini at the start or end of a Greek island trip. The contrast does the work. The island's first 5-star hotel only opened in May 2024. Visit before that number doubles. Island 7, Koh Yao Noi, Thailand. Halfway between Phuket and Krabi sits a small Muslim community of about 5,000 people on a 50-square-kilometer island. Rice fields, rubber plantations, mangroves, and quiet roads you can drive end to end on a motorbike in under 2 hours. Speedboats from Bang Rong Pier in Phuket reach the island in 30 minutes. From Krabi, the boat from Noparat Tara Pier takes about the same. The island is also the launching pad. Phang Nga Bay, James Bond Island, the Hong Islands lagoons, all closer to Koh Yao Noi than to Phuket. And because the local community has resisted big resort development for 2 decades, the beaches stay quiet. This is Thailand without the spring break. Island 8, Faroe Islands. 18 volcanic islands halfway between Iceland and Scotland. Grass-roofed houses, sheep outnumbering people, waterfalls that fall straight into the ocean. Vagar Airport is 2 hours and 15 minutes from Copenhagen. For travelers from North America, Iceland Air connects through Reykjavik, putting the Faroes within 9 hours of total flight time from the East Coast. Mykonos Island hosts more than 100,000 pairs of breeding Atlantic puffins between April and August. You take a boat from Sorvagur, you hike the cliffs, you sit 5 feet from a puffin. Locals call this the land of maybe, because the weather changes every 20 minutes and any plan you make is a suggestion. Tourism is rising fast. Vagar hit a record 400,000 plus passengers in 2025. The hidden window is closing. 8 islands. The pattern is clear. The most magic places left on the map are the ones you have to work a little harder to reach. A ferry instead of a flight. A passport stamp on a French island 12 miles from Canada. A small boat into a sea cave longer than 4 football fields. Pick one. Put it in next year's calendar before the secret gets out. If you found this helpful, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe.